Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we are going to make the Docker file for the Golang project. As you know, the Docker file is a small container that whole the project can exist inside the application. Okay, we are going to our project. This is our project, and in the previous session, we made the very simple structure for it. We use the UberFX, and also we using the signal for the channel signal for exit the application. Okay, you can see the whole structure of the applications. In the first step, we are going to the fin.com and ask about how we can write the Docker file. The command is something like that. I have a simple Golang structure, Golang with the gene for CRUD users, and also we are going to define the structure of the application. Our application has 4 different parts. The first part is related to the internal, and in the internal we have the model repository and also have the services and controller. So we write all of these things to the command line because we want to explain more about the detail to the AI systems. Okay. And as you can see, we write all the folders and write it. I want to add a Docker file or Docker Compose for the Golang, and also we need to add the Redis and Postgres inside to our Golang project. In this part, we didn't use the Redis and Postgres inside the code. We want to make the Docker file. So after I generate the code, as you can see here, it's represented 2 different parts. One part related to the Redis, another one for the Postgres, and also the application. In this part, you can see here, this is a Docker Compose, and make the Postgres, Redis, and applications. Okay, you can see here we are going to just copy all the command and make the docker-compose.yaml file for it. And also we need a Docker file because we want to build the Golang application. So I asked the ChatGPT how can make the Docker file in Golang. The name should be Dockerfile. Okay. As you see here, we are going to copy whatever the AI said, and we want to execute in our application. This code has 2 different parts. One of them is related to the Golang and another one use it. But I want to mention to build the Docker file in one image. But it doesn't work. As you can see here, it doesn't work, and the fin give it again to me. So in next try, the fin give me a code for exactly the Golang, but I didn't want to use it. I just only wrote the Docker file and Docker Compose file. Okay, I write it again, and I want to run it in my computer. How can run the application? Docker build -t. I write it here. Build a Docker. How can we build a Docker? Docker build -t. As you know, we have to install the Docker file in our computer. If you don't have it, you have to Google it. And I want to build with the tag Golang-curve. So the error mentioned that we don't have the end file. And came back to the Docker file again, and it's here. Because we don't have an end file and we just only use the config.yaml, we have to change it to config.yaml. And also we only want to expose 8080 port, not other one. So we have another problem here and we have to fix it. This is related to the build Golang main file. Okay, I asked the DeepSeek for build Golang application. And it doesn't work yet. The main problem is related. I put the Golang main.go in the CMD file, and I trying to figure out this problem. So after investigating, I found out, okay, you can see here, did not compile successfully. Why? I asked again from the ChatGPT, and it said that because it doesn't exist. Okay, we have to build it in the .cmd folder. .cmd folder. Let's build it again. So Docker PS is not working. Docker images. We can see the name of the Docker is here, but as you can see here, we have a lot of non-images, and it took a lot of hard disk from my computer. I didn't like it. I want to delete all the unnecessary or untagged images. So I wrote that docker image delete tag is none. So I don't want to use this command, because if you use it, delete all the images, and I only want to remove the untagged Docker images. So I have to combine two different commands to each other. The command should be something like that: docker RMI, and then select the untagged images. As you can see here, we didn't have the untagged image. So back to the Docker files. Okay, and let's build it again. So when we build it, we have the Docker image. In the next part, we have to make the Docker compose and fix the problem. Docker compose with the Redis and Postgres, because we are going to use the Redis and Postgres in our application, and we need it into the Docker compose. Okay, it's give me some example about that. And also I copy the Docker file, Docker compose file, to build it. Docker.compose up. I didn't have it because the version is not really that I have. So we have to check the version, and after we check the version, we understand this is a different version, 1.9. Okay, let's install Docker Compose, and you just Google it, find the instruction to build to install the Docker file on your computers. So let's sudo apt-get update. It's only need to update my computers. Okay. And add the certificate. Then we are going to exactly copy install. This has a problem with my proxy. As you see here, I just follow the command from the tutorial, nothing special. So then update my Docker Compose, and then I'm going to install Docker Compose plugin. Okay, and build it again. So I put it the link inside the tutorial. You can follow it and just copy the instruction. As you can see here, the Docker file said that no such file or directory in config.yaml. We have to copy this file to our application. Okay. This part has a problem because whenever you build the image, and we need to only use it in Docker Compose, not rebuild in a Docker Compose. So don't build Golang file in Docker Compose. Okay, as you can see here, it's only use it. And then I want to build this command line, but it gives me the Docker file in single file, not two different parts. As you can see, it's using the Golang with the Alpine. Okay, I'm going to copy the config.yaml file, and also I'll just add the ls to understand is it copy or not. I will remove it. I'm trying to use the image that I built in the previous session, not building inside the Docker Compose. Docker Compose using Dockerfile, using image with the tags. Okay, this is the solution. I can write the image of that I build in the previous part. My go-app is not correct. I have to change it. And this is what I have built. Golang-CRUD. Okay, application is running. Application is running, and also we have a Redis and Postgres. So let's make a test. It's not working. Because it's not exposed on port 3000. It said that it's not found. Let's go to the health file. As you can see here, we doesn't have it. Let's check the port inside our application. The port is 8080, and we have set it here 8080. Because Docker Compose has another expose, and in our application we have to expose to a specific port. Again, I'll remove the unnecessary. Okay, we are going to the build again the Docker file and make it again. So the problem is related to the version of the Golang. I have to change it to the 1.23 and build it again. Okay, so let's docker compose and up and use it the curl to check is it okay or not. As you can see here, we have a status okay. So I'm going to check the API for the users. I use it again, check it again, and I find that, okay, it sent the response to me. And this is my project. You can follow up in my GitHub account and also say your opinion. And if some part of it is so sophisticated or is so fast, you can watch it again or even download the code and understand better all that you need. So thank you for your listening to my video.